Well, this is Cardo's Media, and yeah, don't blame the messenger. Yeah.
Yo, you don't know. This is Trilogy, straight out of Dominica, and you're tuned in to Cardo's Media. Don't blame the messenger. Boom!
Yes, good night. Our viewers, our followers, everybody, good night. The vibes, Cardo.
Good night. Yo, your boy in the building once again. You know?
Yeah, man. Plenty.
We have plenty things to talk about.
Definitely.
Too much things taking place in the place.
But I telling you, I'm trying to just quickly configure that fast.
Yeah. So how is everybody doing? Today is the 27th day.
I tell you the truth, I tell you the truth.
It's the 27th of December, 2025.
Yeah. The countdown for the year, again, closing down here, but with this devastating news that we had earlier on today in terms of what happened in Maragot, and with the fatal accident Christmas night and the shooting that going on Christmas Eve,
yeah,
I feel like a bit disturbed, to be honest. I feel like a bit disturbed.
What is causing the recent surge of violence, right?
Yeah, but you know what I can also tell you? It's a trend, Every time you come in down closer to the end, is there some sort of murder that will happen or homicide that will happen, and it will be a weird or this kind of weird thing, Is over the years that has been happening,
So what took place last year? Can you remember? Because I can't.
This last year, I'm not too sure, but probably last year could have been the odd one out. But I did remember the doctor.
Which
I think
doctor?
they murdered the doctor by the security officer that murdered the doctor. That was close to year end. And then it was followed up with the murder in Mount Prospect.
Okay.
Man does you understand? So then it's even if you have an odd year out, but it's something that's more frequent more than that's a weird thing to happen.
It's more like a trend.
Yes.
More like a trend.
Yes.
So what do we do to get rid of the trend?
That's a good question you're asking now, right? It's a very good question you're asking me there,
Huh?
So that's a very good question you're asking there, I think I really wish I had the answer. I had the answer for that one. I don't know how we even got. Well, I don't know how we attacking that. Now, why you have anything in mind? How we attacking this issue at hand?
I don't know, my brother. I don't know. It's you can increase policing. What are we gonna do? Because it's communities, it's families, it's people. It's touching the neighborhoods. Some education, some form of and is the police gonna catch the person who do the crimes? That's the questions we have to ask. Send the link for the partner, Brooklyn.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, because it's a lot. You think it's easy for a mother to wake up to hear their child gone?
Yeah.
The child leave their home the night and can't come back in the morning. And this is happening a lot since lately. A lot. Look, we had a guy caught in Miami with sending down shipments of guns.
Of guns, exactly.
No.
There's so many questions to be asked in that regard as well. That's what I get. What about our end of the rope?
Mm-hmm.
If we had any bust on those things, just so did we had any discoveries in this? So I'm not too sure. I don't know.
You know, and we need to ask these pertinent questions. Who was he shipping the barrel to? They,
Two,
might-
the loss of
they,
a recipient.
you know, and even talking about the person that picking up the barrel, you know, because the person that picking up the barrel might be innocent to the cause.
That is
You
true
get
too.
me?
That could have been true. That could have been. That is true too.
You know, the incident in Marigold was a stabbing or something to that nature. I'm not too sure, but I don't think it was gun related.
No, it wasn't gun related, but still is a violent act. I
Yeah.
even think it is even more of a greater, I would say, gority than a gun. Because if you shoot a gun, just bow bow.
Yeah.
But to use a knife, you have to really and truly be committed to the act.
And I think they classify knives as crime of passion. You know, it's like and based on the amount of times the person was assaulted or stabbed or whatever the case may be, carries a different variety or a different way in which the crime is done or being classified as. So so all of that is like it could be a lover, it could have been anything. So those are the things we have to really pay attention to. And how do we
Yeah.
how do we safeguard against these things? Because
Yeah, boy.
our young people are dying or
Yeah.
is dying. And right now, if you live in to see 40, you live to see plenty. Because
Yeah, I'm telling you.
at the rate in which people dying now, through car accidents, through murders, gunshots, and all kind of things, is an alarming thing. People right now afraid to leave their homes.
All right. So then, I'm gonna answer that question because we have to look at it from all aspects and perspective. Is it linked? So you think so? Did that happen gradually? Come so, or all of a sudden just come upon us in terms of the
I,
violence?
I think it was a gradual, unchecked matter. Something that's been taking place gradually, and right now we're just seeing, like when a pot boiling, it'll just boil and boom, and it boil. It takes its time and gradually get the water get hotter and hotter and hotter until it starts to make bubbles. So right now it is bubbling over. So we really seeing it, and we can see where we need to put a stop to it because it's getting closer and closer. I'm sure it's close to home for some people, but it's getting closer and closer to home for everybody. Right now, you're gonna be scared to even walk outside because you don't know who's next on the list.
Nice. Because I was talking to someone today, and the person did tell me, "Man, not gonna take any chances right now."
No,
But I have to ask that question, because I can link it in. You think it's a moral issue? You think right now, man, things get so desperate, man, lose the sense of morality.
true. That could have a part to play with it. That could have a strong part to play with it, where people have lost their sense of morality, their sense of self-worth. I don't care no more, so I gonna do whatever it takes for me to survive. If somebody offer me a 10 grand to do a thing, I gonna do a thing, and that is that. You know what I'm saying? And man doesn't think again.
Again,
You know?
yeah.
And then now it might not have been something that happened yesterday. It could have been some outstanding long-term thing. Sometimes people are say, boy, I gotta make the thing get cold. And when I see Mr. is when I gotta hold him. You get
Yeah.
me? So
Yeah.
sometimes this person and this person might have an argument a long time ago, and everybody forget about it, but that individual didn't forget. And so now they decide, well, yeah, I catch you now, I catch you slipping. So it's all of them things that are playing a part of this. So I blame our society for losing its sense of morality. I can see the comment.
Because
I can see the
yeah,
comment.
yeah, I can. Well, I can read that for you. We can check the comment right now. Can check the comment right now. Winsty say Winsty was messaging was commenting earlier. He said he couldn't make you out right there.
You can make me
But
out
I
there.
have no. But Mr. Usher say, "What the container guns in my home?" And I think that he referring to. I'm not sure if he's still if you can clarify it if he's referring to the one with that was mixed up with the church.
Yes. I think that's what
He
he
to meet
talking
up with
about.
the church, and I think the guy did the guy had some explanation, didn't you, like this, because he was moving down his stuff on them, and Americans and they like the guns and stuff like that. So it could be that, it could not be that. We don't know as yet because it was a headline. Nothing deeper was given to the public, so I'm not
Well,
too
they kick
sure.
him out of the country. He's no longer in the country.
Yeah, I know he had some legal. I know he had some. I know he had some legal stuff going on. I'm not too sure if that's still ongoing, but
And then look also too. Let's even tie it in another way again. The murder that took place in Soufriere with the two white people who got burned down in their car.
yeah, definitely.
Why haven't we brought in a special investigator to investigate these crimes? Those are the you see me? Those are the things where we need our opposition forces to open their voices and speak on. Stop. We lacking proper investigations into criminal matters and the criminal activities that is going on the island. There's a lot of criminal things that are taking place on Dominica, you know? And you never hear, all you hear is sweep under the rug. Pretty soon you're gonna hear the white man that's allegedly committed the crime. He gonna walk out of jail soon. He's tried many times already to say he have medical problem, he have this problem, he have that problem. He gonna be out of jail soon. Where is the problem? Where does it stem from? Where do you think the problem stemming from? Is it from a leadership point of view? Is it from a policeman point of view? Where does it come from? We have a problem and we need to figure out how we're gonna solve it.
How we gonna solve a problem there?
It's three comments are there, right? You read the three of them or just one?
Yeah, one more there. When Theo was saying all disobedience has us forgetting that a stitching time would save 9. Don't he staying there?
I don't understand that.
You have to explain it. I myself, fine. You say all disobedience has us forgetting that a stitching time saves 9. So when you give us some enlighten us in that. Because when you bring up those situations, which is valid, which is very much valid situations, the murders of Dominic and his girlfriend in Soufriere there, or Scott or whatever it is, I'm not too sure. That brings you, because when you look at that specific situation, the guy that is accused and the other person he hired, the man is so in link and in bed with the government. The man is an agent for CBI.
Okay,
that's just to show you how compromised our so-called CBI
system is.
Understand me? And if you are agent of CBI, you're gonna kill anybody in Dominica. No, you have to look at what this person was doing. This person has invested in one of the most eco resorts you could ever find in the Caribbean. Most modern, nice resorts in the Caribbean is from Mr. Understand me? The man who developed the special effects for major
for Titanic.
Understand me?
It's Titanic or
Jurassic Park, Titanic,
and
all
Matrix.
those things there. So you're telling me that is our CBI did so well in terms of giving this man citizenship in Dominica, and we could not capitalize in terms of his industry and his connections.
Yeah, and make movies on our island.
So yeah,
our leaders have lost innovation. Our leaders have a one-track mind. If not CBI, then what? When a leader can come out and make that kind of statement, you have to wonder. What kind of track mind this man has. Good evening, Mr. Roll. How are you tonight?
Good evening, man. Compliments of the season.
Well, you can compliment the season all you want. I doesn't compliment it.
Well, there's a saying there. There's a saying there. So what's up?
Boy, we there because we talking about the murder that's taking place on the island, especially the one that just took place in Marigot this morning.
Oh, yeah, something on my phone this morning, but I didn't really follow up with it though.
You know, a gruesome murder took place in the village of Marigot this morning.
And who did I get killed?
A young man, I think he's from Woodford Hill. You know, and it's sad. a mother grieving. I don't know if he had children. I don't know what he had, but family members are grieving. The police now have to be on the hunt for a murderer. Are they gonna be able to successfully find this person? Because our police sometimes lack the investigative tools and resources that they need to conduct a proper investigation. You know, and that is where I say I think our opposition forces need to lend their voices in saying and holding our officers, holding our police men accountable, because too many times these murders go unsolved. And then we brought it back to the Cooley Ridge guy who got murdered. And up to now, there haven't been a proper investigation into this whole matter. They have somebody in custody, but this person might be out of custody soon, anytime. Who knows? You know, so that's the problem. So what's your take on that, Clint?
Well, I don't really know the specifics of it. I don't know.
No, just on the rise of the crime and murders that are taking place on the island in general, not on any specific topic.
Well, I always continue to really back up my thing. It's not like when I was young, it never used to have murder, you know, but it's maybe one every how much years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you do hear something, it's like something, you know, it's really hear that like a normal thing like nowadays. Sometimes you have to wonder. Sometimes you really have to wonder what I really going.
Yeah, man. I believe there's a drastic decline in our society and in our leaders in our society. They do not step up to the plate and take on the mantle of leadership that they're supposed to. Our leaders have become too entrenched into the foolishness.
Or is it because we Dominicans or the young people of Dominica not involved in Dominica?
Well, that too.
Because I kind of get in that rhythm, you know. I don't know if I go outside the box, but I kind of get in that rhythm there. So I feel to myself, young people not involved in Dominica development, there's nothing constructive happening to Dominicans at the moment. Where a young man can say, well, look how many say they're going to do that, and I want to be part of it. Why would they part to jump? Why would rope part to jump to get there? You understand?
Yeah.
Instead, what do we have? Quick fix.
Yeah.
Quick fix. And when one of us can meet or another body, we get killed.
And no gainful and positive community programs to keep our young people active. Everybody sit down on the block. Everybody wants to be a gangster.
And then now, when Richie and Fido and myself talk about it, a whole lot of people are fine. We shouldn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
We should stay quiet. Don't say nothing.
I'll take that tangent. I'll take that different tangent. Let's see if we can open up the scope on that topic there. Because I was thinking for the past minute or so that even if we develop more programs, even if we develop more opportunities for people, it wouldn't really and truly, the opportunity for crimes would still be there. So then I try to figure out now, is it because we fail to modernize our technology or strategy in terms of utilizing youth properly?
Yeah. The youth are idle.
Yeah, and then it's like it's not only are they idle, but remember, in this day and age, right now everything is social media. Right now everything is at the tip of their fingertips. So in Clint days, it would be a job, get work to do. But in our time now, something else. I think the strategy might have to change. Yes, it's still jobs, but the strategy might just have to change because right now the NEP option, I don't think it's really capturing people,
It's so basic, It's so basic. that even if we don't go the way you're thinking about, which is a good thing, because really and truly, you don't expect me to be in leadership at this stage and take away some of what tell people children and give them fork to go and dig figure.
You understand me?
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
That kind of thing. Right.
Yeah.
But even there, the system doesn't allow for young people to partake in any form of development. You understand? I mean, the classic Wesley, you have almost 3 billion spending down there, and I'll say it again. You see the government making any strides to educate young people in terms, let's say, user field, culinary arts.
Mm-hmm. Understand
You see them have anything for hospitality training in Dominica to follow up what they're making down there. So I'll say again, most likely what's gonna happen, foreigners build it, foreigners will run it. And we'll stand us and look.
And what you're saying is true, though. But I just keep seeing this thing as a deeper, like we've said it, we said this before, like our people is broken, the nation is broken in terms of confidence and all those things. But how do we now get the youth and them seeing things positively and thinking positively and willing to do the positive thing? Because right
we have
now,
a different approach. Leadership must have a different approach to the development of young people. You know what that? You don't know your grandmother and your grandfather by your father's side. But I know them. I knew them. But as a child growing up, I know those people. As a matter of fact, the whole hill up there. When holiday time, Fido, you would hear Mr. Fun and them kill a sheep. Mr. First, we kill a cattle. For to kill a cattle or 2 sheep or a goat. Mom Rose and them kill something by picky them. You understand? Who that kill fowl? Eh? You know how long I can say Western people for sure, yeah, I live in. You know how long, Western people depend on a ham every December? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, man cussing for ham. Look at just months of the road, man cussing for ham still, but you don't give me and you give me stand, you don't give me and you give me stand. That is where we are. In this system that accommodates us, we wouldn't be that in a position like that.
Because you know what? But what you're saying is so it have depth to it. But I just check in when employment is dependent on your pal reps recommendation of you. What else you're gonna cause the people to do when they cannot find employment?
No, I don't have an issue.
When you gatekeeping those things, people daily bread, then what are they going to turn to? Because that man has to make his money.
You see, I don't really have an issue if a power becomes instrumental in sorting out that job for Fidri or for Richie. I don't really have an issue in that. The issue I have with it has become very vindictive on the part of the power reps and them. And I'll tell you how. You have a lot of educated children around, more educated than I am, way more educated than I am. And some of them, because their parents doesn't support them, they'll go to the ends of the earth to prevent you. Because when I was a young man coming out of school and I was looking for work, employment, I didn't go to a parlor rep.
That is it.
No parlor never recommend me, but I'm not saying that. Let me use our parlor. I don't say Fidel couldn't recommend somebody. But the way we come nowadays is like we must go by him or by whoever else. forced to can get a job. I believe you can get a job on merit.
Of course.
On merit, you get a job on merit. You go with your credentials and sit down and have an interview with whoever is interviewing you. And based on merit, they offer you a job.
True.
I don't think that Paul Rep supposed to have to call Richie to tell Richie, well, look, Patrick's son coming down there and give him a job for me. The reason why I say that is because I may have a child that maybe have more merit than Fido. But it may forget Paul Rep and call Richie and tell Richie this is the decision that to happen. You off balancing everything.
Everything, yeah.
And that is what happening around. So you see, you can imagine, let me use Fido, because Fido is younger than us. You can imagine you have somebody like Fido Eigel in Dominica.
But Fido Eigel in Dominica.
No, boy. No. The difference between Fido now, and I wish all young people to see that, he was able to channel himself positively. But too much falling through. Too much of him falling through the cracks.
I think it's a couple of days now I've been thinking about it and I didn't know I'll be able to use it here. But I think I figured out what happening to our youth while violence is now more prevalent in our country. Listen to me. You see, when parents don't allow the children to think for themselves, it actually brings back or regress the generation. Let me tell you why. Let's say my grandfather voted for Labour. Okay? Now we tell my father, I have to vote for Labour because I voted for Labour. My father can't tell me I have to vote for Labour because he voted for Labour. Now my conviction for supporting that party is because my parents supporting it. Not because I looked at what they were offering and I decided that for my development, it is the best option possible. Listen to what that did. That caused three generations behind
to vote for Labour.
Downgrade. Not only that, but to downgrade the future generation. So my father was downgraded by his father because it was a criteria, part of the family. No. So when that happens, instead of my father now being better than his father or being in a position better than his father, it actually worsened. So it worsened to him, worsened to me now, worsened to my children and them now. So then when we find ourselves in a more deplorable state than our parents, then what must we do now? Frustration. So the inability, so restricting me now to think rationally and making a choice for myself, put me on dependency. But dependency only lasts for so long because I'm gonna get fed up because I maybe want $200 every day. And you can, even if you want to give me something every week, it's not gonna meet what I want to do. So what I intend to?
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen in the week there? Some little boys in West, the whole of them Indonesians, take the money. Yes, take their money and take the message. Little boys from Wesley.
Why would they do that? Let's
Because
think,
they're
let's think,
hungry.
okay, thank you.
They're hungry. Their parents can't feed them.
Is either one or two? Either they're hungry or wicked, they're wicked. And I refer to see it.
I tell you, they're
Either
hungry.
Or wicked, they're wicked.
Christmas. They don't have money for parents can't get nothing for Christmas, so they're doing the wrong thing.
But then no, I do hear that in the community. So what happened?
Well, why I can tell you that? Last night I was in the police station area and I saw the vehicle come with them Indonesians there, and then obviously I inquired and I get to understand that's what happened.
But you know what I'm gonna do to the community now? They're gonna make the Indonesians and them skeptical of even coming back into the community because they're scared to get robbed again.
Yeah. But then you have to ask yourself the critical question. Why?
Lack of opportunity.
Okay.
It have two comments that come in there, Sophie. I don't know if you read any of them as of yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna read. Let me put up Winston because he says as teaching time saves 9. If there was a problem that wasn't addressed, then now it may become more problems to be resolved. But he was saying,
Okay.
And then this person is saying, my 2 cents, we're living in a modernized environment, AI and all. So any leader has to be educated and savvy enough to deal with our ever-changing environment. We cannot lead a population in 2025 with leadership style and mindset of the 1990s. That is so true. The generational shift is real. That is
Hey,
so true.
real comment that there. So that is a real comment. We have to change our leadership style, the way you, because the people today do not navigate the same way that we navigated in 1992.
That
You
is
know.
why it is so instrumental to welcome rational thinking. Let people think for themselves. Let people make a decision for themselves. It cannot be because my father do this, I gonna support this, because that is what that putting us now in an economical crisis right there. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, there were promises, but the promises were not fulfilled. And
Fulfilled it.
because no, oh my parents vote, so I vote in. We never got an opportunity for change to happen. We never got an opportunity for our economical situation to change. Your choice of putting a government must never be because my family
Here,
doing that,
say so.
but because I believe what that going on there will happen because this is what this person supporting, what this person supporting, or
But
if the record
fellas,
show they doesn't do nothing, they don't do nothing.
listen, this government here, based on a record, they made over $10 billion in passport sales.
Sovereignty sales. Don't say passport sales.
Yeah,
Sovereignty
that's
Whatever you
correct.
want to
sales.
say. Anyway, the little book then.
Mm.
As to how they do it, they did it because they reported it in parliament. So they can run from that. Good. Now, based on the last thing you read there from in the comment box there. To me, on Roosevelt Skerritt's side, that was rational thinking. And I say myself, they as government, even in their own doing, they found themselves in a position maybe they couldn't bring the country forward based on the country itself, what the country could do for itself. Maybe they couldn't negotiate the proper negotiation for the country to develop. But they went ahead and they did that. And that is a radical move, you know. Because you have a lot of breakdowns to it that not positive towards the nation. But on the government side, it was a radical move to make. Fine. But what's going to happen? $10 billion, Richie. Where it?
I
I
can
can
tell
tell you
you.
wait.
10 billion. But yet, we're struggling to make an airport down there. And in all the struggle, see the side effects of it. Dominicans unemployed. I mean, how can you have a project like that of that mass? And you're telling people in Dominica, it's our money that building that. No IMF money, no EU money, no World Bank money. Our money. And Dominicans sit down there, my brothers and sisters, like handicapped. And what I get me more upset is to see is an ex we give them to stay inside there to do what they're doing there. And you're watching foreigners going and come, not going, they're here. Say they build an airport. Whatever they make him down there, sooner or later we'll find out. We'll find out, you know, sooner or later. But anyway, they say the airport. So foreigners building an airport for us. And by the help of God, foreigners going to come and run that place there for Dominica. I'm making the sign of the cross. That's what's going to happen. And we're going to sit down there as Dominica. And we're going to still look to vote for a bunch of people there. Because my father tell me to vote for them.
To vote for them.
You understand? Or my mother tell me, when Christmas comes, it's them that give us a little ham for us to eat, so we have to vote for them. Or my father tell me when things bad, man, he can pay light bill, he can go buy the parlor for $200, so we have to vote for them. You see the kind of rubbish we're making happen to us in Dominica? That is why I will always be the kind of person I be, you know, when it comes to them people there. Yes. You know, that's what happening, you know. $10 billion and the government there. They didn't have the rationality in there in terms of technology that happening now, for farming, for all sorts of farming, for business, for everything you can apply young people. And while you're doing that, you're looking for the output for them, where they can sell their products to international market. Instead, you're going back to front with Dominica children. So, by the same time, you're still trying to fix the jail. You're still giving police good transport to run us down, to put us in the jail. When he doesn't realize it's you, all you, that making Dominican young people feel the way that they're today. Ironically, not so? Very ironic. Yeah, you create the atmosphere for us to perform. And when we perform, you're sending man with gun behind us to put us in jail.
And when we go in jail, there's no means of reform. You go in jail, you meet a harder criminal. You go in jail, you learn how to do the thing even better now. So when you come back out, it's like a fresh start. I know how to do it now for real. You get what I'm saying? There's no education programs going on in the jail. And if there is, it's minimal. You know?
It's tight, you know. It's tight. And I can safely say we might beat in down Labour Party, but you have people in opposition that have the same kind of foolish view there, you know. No, I mean, I'm not to say, you know, like say I want to feel sorry for Labour. You know. Labour do their fair share for 25 years, you know, but you would have thought that in the opposition parties or organizations there, you would have thought that you would have heard them come with something different. They come with the same old foolishness, the same old stupidness. They come with nothing different. And you wonder, what can happen to the next set of children and them?
They're gonna be lost. If is that and that is why I keep saying again, you have to become a Dominicanite with love for Dominica, not love for party. Put party to the side and love Dominica, love the children of Dominica, the people of Dominica, in order to make Dominica better than what it is here now. Because we are being sold on either side of the spectrum, either being sold for the US or being sold for China. And at the end of the day, so full of somebody's pocket. Somebody's pocket getting full. And the people are still being left hungry, still being left without. They come up with that gimmick. They showing you 1, 2 little thing. Oh, we're gonna do this when we get in power. As soon as they get in power, you forget all about what you was going to do. And now it's back to the same old foolish story that we did under the oppression.
Remember when they bring Chavez here? Who they bring Chavez? The Roosevelt that bring Chavez here?
I don't know.
Yes, him. You know, he that tell Dominican people we go and get gas when they're from Alba and whatever. How they call it thing? How they call it gas company? Petro-Caribbean. And Dominicans go and see a reduction in the light bill because they go and get energy cheaper. Yeah? You know, Dominicans were so gullible and fall for that foolishness. I mean, where our senses was at the time.
But no, I cannot stop you. The price was supposed to be cheaper. It was supposed to be cheaper. But because of greed by our leadership, that's why we didn't get the cheaper prices. They got the fuels for cheaper. They did. They did get the fuels for cheaper. But they were greedy. They said, let us keep it at the level it is and still collect the same money. That is all.
My point is, we as Dominicans sit down there and we allow it to happen to us. We never reap the benefits from it, you know. And what would happen to us? What would happen to us now? Now we have an issue in the Caribbean. With the people are giving you over 60% of your energy. That is Venezuela. Venezuela find themselves in a corner with America. And our government now, it's nothing much they can do. if they go against Venezuela,
Energy's cut.
they stand to lose the energy. They didn't want to go against the US. America don't start to dig us out already.
Boy.
Poor negotiation. Poor, absolutely poor negotiation. We never had to go in bed with Venezuela. We never did. And I'll tell you why we never did. It is very clear that Chavez always wanted that piece of rock that they was side there. You know what I mean? I think, Richie, you know, it's laziness of government for really a mental capacity, lazy. The same way Venezuela wanted Ava Island, we call it Bird Island.
Bird Island, yeah.
You don't think to yourself the same way. Look, Ghana today. Ghana is one of the top countries in the world economically today. We have a piece of rock that gas rich and oil rich. You don't think the same company them that they harvesting oil in Ghana put that outside of doing it? And then we Dominicans could buy gas for 50 cents a gallon because it's our own. You say it don't happen, no? We could pay 50 cents a gallon for our gas, but we could trade it at world-class prices for other places. You understand? But we in Dominica, that's how we're gonna benefit. So even if ExxonMobil take 40 or 50% or the production, fine. But you're gonna make so much money that you can do so much things in your country. Then you will not have to be in a position like what we're in there right now. You understand? What that person is saying there?
They want to know what is on the piece of rock that everybody's interested in. What is on the island that everybody's interested in?
The gas and the oil. The gas and the oil. That area down there. That whole area down there is that. Ghana flourishing today. Yes, you have politics and change like Ghana. Oh, I understand that. You're gonna always find that happening. But they have money. Watch us today. We sit down there and we want to give it to Venezuela.
It seems like
we want to give it to Venezuela for Venezuela to give us aid. A country that needs more aid more than us at this present time.
I can tell you something. It seems like as if instead of we negotiate and use our resources to give us generational wealth, we quick to trade it.
But lazy does that. Lazy. When you see your mind lazy, that's what happens.
That has been that, but that is it. But that is the trend, and that is what has always been happening. That has always been happening. All right.
Couple comments came in there.
Though Terry say watching, and the other person was asking the question. It's the same thing. She's greetings to Bernard Charles. Yeah, man. So it seems like as if we quick to sell our resources instead of using it, utilizing it, and make generational wealth and make it easy for our own people. So instead of utilizing it and turning it over to a greater value, we just take the quickest bidder, the fastest bidder, the highest bidder. Come, let's go, and that is it.
So let me ask this critical question: did Bird Island have gas on it or crude oil on there?
If it have
or has or whatever, I'm asking.
I hear about gas, natural gas.
Okay.
So anyway, you have one and you have the other. It's the same. Natural gas is something that comes out in the same chemical composition. You know, you had the two of them in the same place. Anytime you're drilling for the two things they get in, oil and gas.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
The reason why it is problematic for Venezuela to own that piece of rock, what it means is, if they own, based on how I understand it, if they own that piece of rock, you know, between, how do I say it now? Okay, where your border is
You
your
get 12
land
nautical
border,
miles extra in the sea
there are
level.
some miles of water
That's
outside of your
yours.
shores.
Yes.
So if they bring Bird Island in the picture, then you're gonna put Venezuela.
Further into the Caribbean Ocean.
No, you're gonna be in the Atlantic.
Where Bird Island be? Isn't Bird Island in the Caribbean Sea?
It's in the Caribbean Sea. But what I said is like if they bring their borders to Bird Island and landmass, then technically, how you call it now? The oceanic mileage, whatever it be, I can't bring it.
It's 12 nautical miles. It's 12 nautical miles. I tell
Some
it.
kind of thing. Anyway,
No, it's
you
12
know.
miles extra you get around your border
Okay.
for your
But maybe I don't understand it correct. You know. Yeah. So, but generally speaking, I don't know. That is why you see here. You see Edison James. I don't know. When I watch how he comment the DWP in his time, because when he came in power, Fido, at the time it's bananas, right? We were operating under preferential treatment when he came in, but we was about to lose it when Bill Clinton became president in 98. Yeah, 98.
We did lose it.
So, what happened?
We did lose it.
Yeah, we lose it, yeah. But the point I'm gonna make is that Edison didn't sit down there and tell himself, okay, we got Freedom Party, don't tell him Dominican, leave banana before banana leave you. That was the mantra, you know, in Freedom Party late in the last term. Leave banana before banana leave you. Okay? But Edison come inside and he realized, hey, he have another way. There is another way. And at the time I was working with the corporation, so I know. They say, okay, we can fight test Chiquita and them on the open market. But what we can do, we can go to the supermarket itself. The supermarket will give us the regime what they want, how they want us to do it. And they did that. No, they did that because they realized farming was the mainstay for Dominica. It was the sector that employed the most people. It was the sector that bringing in the most money in Dominica at the time. So they went out there and they went to 4 main supermarkets: Waitrose, Tesco, Sainsbury's, and Marks and Spencer's. Each one of them give them the specifications how they want to run the banana industry in Dominica. And we were pulling it all the time. Yes, we didn't bring in the 100 million like before, but we're bringing over $40 million a year under Edison James. Guess what? Edison lost election. The Labour Party come and they tell you, we can't afford to subsidize a has-been industry. It's like a lot of Labourites forget how we lost the banana industry, and we lost it now under Labour Party. And up to now, fellas, now we're talking about bringing young people in Dominica under a different heading, a more economical heading, a more technological heading. But there's nowhere to go. So if the government had invest part of that 10 billion there in lucrative farm operation for young people, and you use your Ministry of Trade to get market space for Dominican children on the market, then we'd have a different scope. But what?
I gonna cut you.
Cut me.
Agriculture is needed in every society because that's one of the mainstays. People grow it, people will eat it. But you have to find the niche that can make you and generate you enough money to sustain you. Bananas was doing it at one point. You think bananas will be able to do it right now? except if we were
Bananas
doing
will do
it.
it every time, Richie.
Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Except if we're doing it as a Caribbean bloc, as a
No,
CARICOM.
no. Don't give me that.
Yeah.
You see, they're so. You see,
Listen.
wait. You
No,
see,
let me, I give you time to talk. Let me talk.
Go ahead.
Because the reason I'm saying that is if we do it as a Caribbean bloc, we have more negotiating power, because then when Geese was buying bananas from the Caribbean, Geese was buying from all the islands and shipping it to England. You bring
You
in
ever
more.
hear about it? You ever hear about the term whip deco?
Can I finish?
Whip deco.
Can I finish?
Yeah, finish, but maybe you don't know about that.
If
Go
we
ahead.
bring in it, that's why we losing negotiating power, because why everybody want to do their own thing all the time. We have to start to coincide and come together. Coming together doesn't mean that you still don't have your own country. No, coming together means that you have more power. One man gonna get broke. They're gonna make you and tell you do whatever they care. But when you have 5, it's better than 1. So that is where we lost our negotiating powers, because we started to do things on our own. When Bill Clinton had come to the Caribbean in Jamaica, and he had the meeting with the CARICOM leaders in Jamaica. If we had gone to Bill Clinton with one voice for our agriculture, we would have never lost our banana industries. And that is the problem we have.
How are you wrong?
We went there separately.
You're wrong.
I wrong. I watch it.
Yes, you're wrong.
Meeting with.
You're wrong, Richie.
Okay.
Let me tell you you're wrong, Richie. Bill Clinton didn't have a choice, you know.
He had a choice.
No. Let me tell you why he didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice because the people that push his election were the Dollar Banana people. With Deco, Chiquita, Del Monte, those people there. You understand? So it's under Bill Clinton they formed the World Trade Organization, WTO. He didn't have that before, you know. And then they used that to, if you want to say, to mash up preferential treatment.
But if we had gone in as a bloc, they could have just used that to mash up preferential treatment.
Listen, that's where Edison come now and form with Deco together with St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and Grenada. They form with Deco, and then they join with Deco with a company from Ireland they call Fives. And then the Geese boat you see they are coming in Dominica right now belongs to us. Dominica is supposed to keep collecting dividends on that investment there.
We have oil tankers bringing oil from Venezuela to wherever. We're getting dividends from that.
I don't know about those things there. Talking about why I know legally. I don't know them things there. You don't see what Trump doing with them. Take them.
I don't support your rhetoric on that.
What?
I don't support you on that. You can't happy when our country is failing. You can't happy. Don't be happy.
Okay.
Our country at the end of the day.
So let me ask you a better question about that, Richie. Let me ask you about that country. Labour Party couldn't allow Dominicans to fester for themselves, to develop themselves. Okay? But Labour Party is able now to give both flag to carry oil from country where they don't want to carry oil. So then now, what was the benefit to Dominica for that? Nobody knows, because we've been hearing about that for the longest while.
Because we don't holding our leaders accountable. It's accountability. We have to blame us as Dominicans for the foolishness that going on in Dominica.
Point there.
It's us we have to hold and blame. Yes, we put these men in power, but we have to hold them accountable and ask them questions. Because when it's the same $10 million we get from the CBI that are doing them kind of foolishness there. Is that I buy the boat? Is that I doing whatever? We have to hold our leaders accountable.
I think they're only flagging. It's they're flagging the boat. I think they're buying the boat. The boat belongs to whoever. But because of the way they're masking the thing for them to go do the underhand business, you might just find a boat show up in Dominica and he has, let us say he has some funny country flag on it. but the boat really belong to somebody in Antigua. You're paying for that.
Come in here, you can read it.
But it's on my phone, I can't see nothing.
All right, cool. Well, it says, I see a lot of opportunity for Dominica to grow and thrive. Why does Dominica not have a lumber mill factory? Question mark. So we're still heavily dependent on imports. Here's an opportunity to look into. I have more, but that's just it for now. Exactly, yeah. Dominica has so
I don't
many
believe in the lumber thing, no?
Dominica has so many
we
resources.
can agree on that one day. Because we market Dominica as the nature isle of the Caribbean. Anytime we start to sell lumber, we're gonna lose our one day.
We're gonna lose it.
We're gonna lose it. I mean, we can do control. We can do certain lumber, because you have certain lumbers that sell for high money, high value lumber. But to just say we're going in the forest and just chop down trees and say we're selling lumber, I don't support that one day. Remember when they had the lumber factory in Palm Tree, and the man was going up in the bush and just chopped down, and it affected our rainforest. It affected our birds, right?
It did.
You know?
I don't really support that. Our country too small for that.
Yep.
But what happened in the wash up there? It's pretty much the same thing, eh?
Same thing that can take place here.
Yeah.
And what happened in the bush there? So somebody needs to take a jail for that, because that is a forest reserve. That is protected lands. That is the land for the Caribbean them as well. That is protected lands under the Indigenous Act. Somebody has to take a jail. Should take a jail for that. But we as the people of Dominica failed ourselves. We do not question our leadership. We do not care about what they do as long as they're doing it. We love our leaders and them so much, we don't give a damn what they do. But we have to start giving a damn, because our country is going under every second, every time. And we the people blame. Because right now, when January 1st hit, I am sure the Prime Minister can come to America if he wants, without scrutiny, because he can use his diplomatic passport.
Definitely.
I am sure that can happen. Whereas you, the normal Dominican, if you buy your ticket and you come, they're going to scrutinize you. They might send you back home.
Yeah.
We don't want you in our place. So, you get me? We have to question our leaders. We have to ask them the serious questions. Two comments coming in there.
Yeah. The first comment is saying that we have to think outside the box. There could be some sort of control of the area set aside for the lumber. That's supposed to be the lumber idea. And then another comment is coming in saying, who's going to take the jail when we don't stand up seriously?
All right. So that is where we need to go. We need to find out who's taking the jail.
I mean, if we have to think of it properly, you look at what they use. Okay, they use a failure in our system, to include residency in our CBI. But we have to think of it. If they include residency in our CBI, who's going to benefit from that? The people will benefit from that because the person have to invest in the country for a particular period of time of years. So then, if they fail to do things that would benefit the people, even in their acts, then why are we still silent about that? Why are we still passive about that? Now we have visa restrictions. Who's going to affect us? Because these guys have diplomatic immunity. You understand me? And the person representing us, and they're putting us in a hole, and they're not even giving us a ladder to come out in the hole.
To come out of the hole. And they're giving us Mama Guy's story about, you can still apply for visa, you can do this, you can do that. Come on. People threatening people on their Facebook pages and things like that.
Since when Dominicans become so gullible, I don't know. Well, have a comment there. So he said, my brother, any vessel can be registered whether if they meet the requirements of registration and the government isn't responsible for the registration of any company. Just a pity we rush peanuts and risk our sovereignty. Yep. So in that situation, and if I could, I was just taking down some notation there. If our government had lack execution or poor execution and no innovative execution for people, not putting our people forward or people first, how can we comfortably sit down and say this thing is another 20 years? because they deliberately say give us another 20 years. I can't give you some to build something for me, and in 20 years you tell me you need another 20 years to do it.
You know, 20 years to build it. I need to fire you and get somebody else to do it.
If I could just let them know, I do that like a research. I could just literally know what I found so far, on that international airport and money story,
Go ahead, hit us with it.
All right, so the international airport was valued at $1 billion EC dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
The contractor negotiated $1 billion US dollar, which we could translate it as 2.7 or 2.6 billion EC dollars. So if the international airport is $1 billion, we already give him 2.6 or 2.7 billion EC dollars. Where the other 1.5 or 1.6 or 1.7 go? Now, with that in mind, if I give you all the monies to do my project for me, I'm not supposed to go and source any funds for it anywhere again. I'm supposed to get that. But I've never heard of a project where the contractor cost is higher than the project.
Or where the contractor receives all his money in advance before the project even begins.
I've never seen that in history, so something wrong with those. Those monies, there's something wrong with those monies there. Me not a fool.
Well, I don't believe, and this is pure politics, I don't believe the government give the contractor any money for any airport. Politics now. Yeah. I believe the money there somewhere, and those people washing the money. That's what they're doing. They're washing the money, and then they're going to come and, because remember, accountability is key here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And for years, the opposition been asking the government, but the money.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen our government come and say, well, look here, $200 here.
You don't.
Look here, 400 to come in from there. No, you never hear that.
You don't know.
You never heard that.
No, never.
Instead, you just see them start to build things around the place. Things that doesn't make no sense,
No value. Don't add no value to the place.
Absolutely no sense. Let me show you how it doesn't make sense. Now, somebody might say, thinking backward. Why would you put a state-of-the-art hospital in Marigot? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But in the state-of-the-art hospital, I'm going to say the for a while, in the state-of-the-art hospital, you don't have a health center. No. Why would you put a state-of-the-art hospital
in Marigot?
In Marigot. In that little cozy place that I can't accommodate nothing else. But you put the health center in a place that can accommodate plenty things. You understand?
Go ahead again, I'm listening. I wouldn't hear you make one point there so you don't make it yet. Go ahead, keep going.
No, so I was trying to understand why. And then when you come to Marigot, Roger, if you had a state-of-the-art hospital in that district there, then most likely you wouldn't need a health center in Wesley. Because when I watch it, it pretty much doesn't make much sense either. Let me tell you why I say that. My mother fall long. You bring her in the health center in Wesley.
They take her to Marigot.
You don't have nothing there. They take her to Marigot. And then you bring her to Marigot, they take her to Roseau. And if you have a good enough chance, they'll take her to Matnik.
If you had the money, you would take her to Matnik.
No, for those who have the money, just now they say if you have good chance, they'll take you to Matnik. That kind of thing there.
Somebody have a question for you, Clint.
Well,
Listen, ask you, they washing it, that means the money is dirty or drug money? They're just asking that question. I don't even answer that question.
Well, what I can make out of that, one of those days what will happen, somebody will come and say, Already want to know where the money there. Look what the money make. Look what the money make.
Oh, you know, up to now, Clint, you don't touch on the point I was waiting for you to touch on. Why build a state of the art hospital in Marigot and build an international airport in Wesley?
Well, yes, because now government has so much land in Wesley. It's true.
You get the point now.
Yes.
You're building an international airport in Wesley, but your hospital is in Marigot.
Well, I don't even mind the building in Marigot, but the point is, when they build it there, it have no place there for any further enhancement of the hospital. It's already in a choke position. You understand? But that's where they put it.
No, I just posted some links there. I just posted the link to the petition, so we can ask questions to to
So I was saying, we have a whole lot of things that are happening around Dominica when it comes on Dominica money. That doesn't make much sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Hotel billing, and nobody going in the hotel, and then Kapinski have how much rooms? How many people in? How many rooms are occupied right now? No, let us build a new hotel in Roseau Oasis. How many rooms are occupied right now? Yeah. We was building the one in Portsmouth, the other one in Portsmouth. What is the name there now?
How they done it?
The Moroccan Hotel. Up to now we can't finish.
And the other one?
Which other one?
The one for the lawyer there. Lawrence.
My people, we need to pump our brakes on our leaders and ask them pertinent questions. They messing up our country. Our name is degraded around the world. Our name was in CNN or ABC, one of them news group, for bringing in guns into Dominica. That's what we're making the headlines for. Our name is in all kind of foolishness. We know we're on the ban list to come to America. That is Dominica's name.
And you know the saddest part about it? The saddest thing about it is that nobody in Dominica don't have any intention to leave Dominica and go China and live. Nobody in Dominica don't have no intention to go in Morocco and Venezuela and all those kind of place where they go in there. Everybody in Dominica want to leave and go either London, France, Germany, Canada, the United States. There are one or two other places, but that's the main place on there. Where they're sure they're going to make their money. You understand? Nobody want to go to Venezuela and live. I know for sure I don't want to go there. You understand? When I bought a plane in Dominica, the most likely place I will go outside the Caribbean is the United States of America. That's the most likely place I'll go and want to go. And so when I want to go there to go and work or to go and sleep, it doesn't matter, but that is where I want to go. Because that is the place in all of our life we have ever heard of good living. You understand? I watched a documentary. I watched a documentary on China today, this afternoon there. And China today have a concentration camp with over 1 million people. Over 1 million people. As long as you object to the state, they come and they arrest you and they put you inside of there. Over 1 million people they have. And they're asking the man the question, is something Gao? I was saying it's Jeffrey Gao or whatever Gao is his first name. He's a hot talker on behalf of China, you know, his politics, blah, 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 America and China. Then they ask him the question. And he's skipped around the question, he can't answer it because in reality. Now, who wants to leave Dominica and go and live in a society like that? Not me. I think nobody in Wesley wants to do it.
But we're in a concentration camp already, so what are you talking about?
Well,
look, two comments coming there soon.
Yeah, I can read that. So okay, so Winsty say okay, I'm just reach. I think at the first comment I think that community readers yet it says, but how they building an airport in Wesley and there's no hotel in the area, or they even building any in the area? How could that be? Then Winsty is saying, have you ever seen nor heard of a drug man account for his drugs? Guys, no. What is the difference when we don't know what's going on with our business? All right. So I think he was responding to somebody else's comment. And then there's somebody say, I can't speak Spanish, so I agree with the man. We're not going to Venezuela to live. And then the last one from Cliffy said Dominicans don't realize that access to America equals access to the world. How's the comments we had so far?
Let me tell you, the day Dominicans go and get sensible about that, let January, I don't wish it not to happen on us. Help my God, I don't want it to happen. But let's just say January the 1st come, New Year's Day, Thursday, and America decide to apply pressure on Dominica. My brother, all America has to do for us to feel this strain is to cut off our corresponding banking. And that's it, right? All hell break loose, you know. No Western Union, no MoneyGram, none of the above. You know.
Let me ask you that though. See, I like the idea that you brought it up, eh? So you think that is fair, despite whatever America have against Venezuela? Do you feel that Dominicans should get punished for America's dealings with Venezuela?
Well, if I wake up calling her, Richie, my grandmother always said, no, listen. If I wake up call, yes, it's not me that doing it. But yes, if we continue to vote for that, putting us in that situation there, my grandmother always tell me who can hear will feel it. Yes. So, if the government taking us to the cleaners, then what we have to do now is take them out there. Put our other people there that can change the thing. I didn't want to change it, take them out there. Because I personally don't believe Dominican should have appetite for another 20 years government again. Doesn't matter which one that come. I don't believe Dominican should have any appetite for the long governance from one set of people. You put them inside there, they perform, give them a chance. Ah, see how they slip up. Don't give them no more chance. Because you know what can happen? They're going to perfect it for the next round.
Yeah.
That's what can happen. And then we're going to be in problems. Or you put them inside there and they're wasting time. Don't waste time with them when next election. Put them out and put out other people. That's what is supposed to happen. This thing where government staying in government office there for 10 and 15 and 20 and 25 and 30 years. How can manage that? Not workers, not freedom, not labor, not nobody, not no government. I don't back in that no more.
I was never one to back it. I think it was a asinine kind of a project. You can't be in government for that length of time. You lose your ideology, your ideas go down the drain after a while as a leader. You know? What?
You get too comfortable.
Yeah. Nobody can take me out of there. And we should put term limits on leadership.
It's a whole lot of things that will change, Richie.
Huh?
Plenty things have to change, you know.
Of course. And unless we're willing to have these hard conversations and ask for these changes to come into place, we will always be the way we are in Dominica. What comment is that?
You see, the problem about that is there's no term limits, which I believe there should be some term limits for a particular leader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One man cannot be consecutive, I believe, for more than 2 terms. More than 2 terms, I believe. After 2 terms, you serve 2 terms. You just step down, give someone else a chance, and that in itself would condition a different type of leadership because you're not gonna gatekeep that position for so long.
Well,
Understand me?
that have to be constitutional.
Yeah.
Because remember, our form of government is different from the United States. So that's something that have to come in from a constitutional point of view.
Yeah.
Wincy saying, Richie, I get punished for contributing on your show, so that doesn't mean that I should become a traitor and not allow the truth to come from me. Yeah, man.
Without
appreciate
punishing
that,
you,
Wincy.
Tell them they can't stop the movement of free thought, man.
We cannot.
It's free thinking that here, you know. You have to be allowed to be a thinker. You can't always make people think for you. And whoever punishing you, they're dead wrong for that. And they need to stop that foolishness. We're not in a land, we're not in slavery no more, you know. We have to be able to think and speak and without fear of repercussions. Anytime we can do that, we're in a dictatorship.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Anytime we cannot be in a dictatorship.
Yeah.
It's just the way things. Look, I watched a program this afternoon in Antigua where Gaston Brown telling the people of Antigua they have $1 million worth of building material and they're gonna take it and carry for people that need it. And mark you, we're gonna put some money aside. We're gonna put some money aside for another wrong.
Another wrong of what?
Another wrong one, another $1 million worth of material again. Now, how much material is $1 million?
Not much.
So you see, the whole Caribbean now getting infested with that foolishness there. Where you weaken a nation. You weaken the nation and you yourself putting the nation in debt to help the people you weaken.
You don't really helping them, you know.
I wanted to say.
You're pacifying the situation.
Yeah, pacify, yeah.
Well, okay.
You're not helping them. Because look at that, eh? When Maria passed, Skerrit went to the UN. We received $160-something million. Some of it was grant money and some of it was loan money. Don't you think if that money was utilized in a proper manner with accountability behind of it, Dominica wouldn't have had people right now with tarpaulin on their house for roof?
True.
That's the simplest way to show that. So you pacify those you feel that will support you and vote for you, and you leave those that you don't think they're gonna support you under tarpaulin. Nobody in Dominica right now should have a tarpaulin over their house. But we were pacified and we were given whatever they felt was enough for us. That is what Gaston Brown and them is doing. Their style of leadership is the leadership that we need to get away from. It's the leadership that we need to get away and make and show that we as a people can be different. And if leaders come in and want to do the same foolishness, we get rid of them. Because I honestly believe that most of the Caribbean or most of our leaders here are people who want to be in leadership right now in Dominica. Some of them, they're not fighting for Dominica. They're fighting for themselves. They're fighting for their own pocket. And they're gonna leave Dominicans in the dust. If you're not gonna be fighting for the Dominican people, step out of it. Give somebody a chance that wants to help Dominica. Forget about everything else, and it's Dominica first. Why do you think I do? Why do you think me and Fido and us be doing this program? It's because of Dominica. We want to educate the masses. You don't get no money from this. Spending more money than getting anything out of it.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, people, we've been on here for an hour, yeah. Hour 20 minutes. I don't like to do long lives, so no.
But the situation is tense, you know. It's a very heavy topic.
Yeah,
It's a very heavy topic, you know, because similarly that why I made a video where the CARICOM is concerned, because CARICOM should have at least upgraded its policies where democratic integrity of countries would be maintained. Now, yes, I will say yes, CARICOM has come into certain countries, but it's after the fact the damage has been done. So what is the checks and balances now to safeguard the integrity of democratic countries within the CARICOM community, I should say? Those things is also things that we need to tease, because what is going to safeguard the people from being exploited is systems in place to checks and balances. Yeah, we need to have this.
Look at this again. Trinidad planning to pull out a CARICOM.
You understand me? And more divided we become, is about weaker our voice will be. And then you're gonna go back to, and I just keep seeing the scenario moving into colonialism time.
Once again.
You understand me? We have to look at the bigger picture.
And that is why I was making this statement earlier and say that I don't think it's fair what America is doing to the Caribbean, onto Dominica, because it's putting us back in a colonialistic kind of mindset where that we have to depend on our nation. We're already so dependent on people already for our everyday living. We import in so many things from overseas. When you put in these kind of restrictions, these kind of punishments on us, how are we supposed to be able to survive as a small island nation?
I will still say with you, I will still say Dominica or the English-speaking Caribbean had enough time to behave, because
wait, stop. You said to behave?
Yeah, listen. Let me do my trend.
Okay, go ahead.
I can say it again. I still believe Dominica and the rest of the English-speaking Caribbean, the CARICOM countries then, had enough time to behave themselves. Let me tell you why. This is not the first time America getting involved with our country, you know. And they're using the same playbook all the time. It's more than a year now. America, since 2019, America been hinting with the Venezuela situation. And we know, I don't agree what happening, you know. But I just watch it from a point of view where we could put ourselves in a position where we didn't have to be in that. You know what I'm saying? It's what we negotiated with Venezuela at the time. So we compromise ourselves, and then now you find me in a situation now. Hey, where do I go?
I'm gonna ask you a question now.
Go ahead.
What has America done for Dominica and the Caribbean?
What have they done?
Yeah.
America do plenty for Dominica.
I ask you, tell me what they do.
Yes, sir. 1 second. America educate us.
On a collective scale. I'm not talking about educating one person.
We're talking about market and things. No, America don't give us much. No, wait. America don't give us much things, you know. Okay. America was more systematic in our development. Wait, let me tell you.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
No, wait. Let me finish you know.
I want to finish.
But okay, go ahead and finish.
Listen, America don't give us no oil for free. They don't give us no food for free. But America puts systems in place for us to function efficiently.
What
so
system?
That is what. Wait, Richie. Yes, Richie. That is how America does sanction people. I had a conversation with that one of them days with my partner there, and he wanted to knock me down by telling him, watch that. That's what America does do. They will bring in their investment and their abilities in your country. And any day you fall short, they pull it away from you and you fall on your back. That's how they behave. My point is, listen to my point. My point is, yes, we do agree with what America doing. I do agree. Let me be clear about that. But at the same time, you have a level of understanding all leadership supposed to have when they cut in the deal and them go. It's because of the deal they cut why we're in a situation like this.
Clint.
All right.
Go ahead now.
Let me just
Clint.
let you know.
Huh?
Let you know. I think I'll give a 2 cents.
Because like I said, Black Slap Silent, why do our real benefit from Venezuela? Nothing.
Go ahead, Fido, answer Clint before I have to
Go
answer
ahead.
Clint.
Go ahead, answer him, and then I'll just move to. I have a greater one. I have a greater thing to do.
No,
so.
no, go ahead.
Answer
I
him.
wouldn't have anything responsive once you answer. I agree.
You serious?
Yeah, go ahead.
I gonna be quite honest with you, Clint. America has been a very, very powerful nation through what it recommends. So it's almost like, let's say you use a bouncer and I come in a party, I pull up by you. So because I pull up by you, people don't go mess with me because Mr. must be surrounded by Clint. But because I surround by you, you tell me, boy, you have $50 that to get to me, or it's like I pushing you out, That gonna be fair? You're not really gonna be fair. Yes, you're saying that our systems was wrong. I don't say no, our CBI was wrong. But in terms of developing our country, what has America done? What length has America gone to develop our country structurally? None. Not even a ship of road. They are giving us. Yes, in terms of distress, America does do that. They have a lot of charitable organizations. They will come and they will give little stimulus and those things. But when it comes to developing your country, America don't do that. America prefer strategic holes. America like to stretch its borders at little cost or to little to no cost to it. We have to understand that. But what I want to say is that it just shows how our current government failed, because one of the most repeated campaigns is sustainability, sustainable this, sustainable that, sustainable this. In times of that, when major strongholds or major players in the game decide to turn their back from us, that is when we're going to see how really sustainable we are. Now, have they developed a sustainable system in Dominica where we can depend on ourselves?
No.
No. You understand? I'm not saying that the checks and balances that our system should have had is not wrong, because it wasn't sustainable. Look at what's happening now. There's nothing we can do to defend it right now. We have to change it.
Generally speaking, every transaction the government of Dominica did or done or about to do, it doesn't matter which party are in government, they should always do so mindful of the fact that America is all powerful.
No.
Yes.
No.
Because what? But Richie, what?
You do things to benefit your country. Forget about what is next, and that is why we need a strong bloc for CARICOM. Stop thinking about what America punishment gonna be. You have to stop thinking about that and think about your people first.
Because
Richie, no, I back in that. Because what?
Okay.
United Arab.
Then we go always be kissing ass. Then we go
Saudi Arabia is more richer than the whole CARICOM.
Huh?
One country, Saudi Arabia, is more wealthy than the whole of CARICOM. And Saudi Arabia will cut deals with other countries, also mindful of the United States, because they want to have dealings with them. They want to continue to have dealings with them. So my question will always be, what was the general benefit from Venezuela? And I can safely say none, because we used to get gas before Alba and before, why you name again? Why the gas name again? Petrocarib. We were getting gas before that, because we end up getting gas from them. And what's the benefit to the people of Dominica? Nothing.
But Clint, I tell you why we didn't get the benefit. We didn't receive the benefit.
I don't care. I really don't care why. I look at the end game, because if the Prime Minister tell me a gallon of gas now is $15, and because I go by Venezuela, I'm gonna be able to sell it to you at $9, and I pay $9 at the pump, then I can say I get benefits. But if he get the benefit and I don't get it, I still pay the same amount of taxes in Dominica. I don't get no benefit. No.
And that is why I say we need to hold our leaders and them accountable. So okay, coming with them comments. So I see in the comment section going hot there. So hit us with them.
Yeah, okay. All right, there's a reading of this. So Jason was saying, you're madman. We owe in Venezuela for millions in oil. You understand to Jason right now?
No, I don't want to respond to nobody.
No,
I want Clint to, I want everybody to hear it. Go ahead, I listening.
All right, so then look, Shanim saying, but how you mean what America doing for us? Just one example, all them crystals, barrels, and boxes on the pot, where they come from, not Venezuela, question mark.
That is not America doing for us. That is Dominicans in America doing for Dominicans. That is not America doing nothing for us. Mm-hmm. I listen in. I want to hear everybody.
The next one is the next one saying Venezuela has been giving us millions, including debt forgiveness after all disasters. Okay. So another comment we get in.
Okay. And what has America done for us? That's the main question on the stage is what America done for us.
But wait. Also remember, before Venezuela give us the debt forgiveness, I go and say it based on the energy minister at the time. Didn't he say we owe Venezuela no money?
But is debt forgiveness?
I ask a question. Did Mr. Austria not say that Dominica don't owe Venezuela no money? So then now, when Venezuela come after Maria and forgive us for $100 million, what was that?
Somebody was lying.
Okay, so somebody was telling a lie. But the point I'm making is that, in hindsight to that, is who did Venezuela really forgive, me or whoever else they are dealing with? Because in the $100 million, they don't become to benefit from it.
Clint.
Tell me.
If Venezuela give us a discount, they give it to you.
To me?
Yes.
And how come I don't pay for it at the pump?
No.
I don't get it at the pump?
Let me break down the analogy for you. All right? If you are you're representing us, right? So Venezuela gave you $10 million so you can use it to properly develop and benefit the people of Dominica. But the problem is you. Because you pocket that. You say, you know what?
Let's go buy a partner and you say, Venezuela give you the thing to do what you're supposed to do. And
we have to acknowledge that. We don't say you're not wrong, you know. Yes, the ministers lied. Yes, the minister did not bring the correct information to the people. But on Venezuela receptors, they did. You understand me? So when Venezuela come to them now, Venezuela have a rap sheet. They just scatter up the rap sheet.
Okay then. Clint, when I speak, I don't speak on a labor or a worker side. I speak on a Dominica side.
I try to avoid that myself.
You might speak because you have a bias towards labor, but I don't have no bias towards neither one.
No, you see, I can never have a bias towards labor. Let me tell you why. Because Labour Party is been there for 25 years. So who again for me to talk about? It's not like say they're there for 1 year, you know, Richie.
Point taken.
Who again want to talk about must be there?
Point taken. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it's
you're correct.
Let me tell you now. For Labour Party to come now and tell me about Edison kill banana industry, it's like a nuisance to my head. It doesn't make sense. After 26 years you're there, you coming now to tell me. January rang them 26 years, you know, when Richie. You know, 25 again, you know. On the 8th of January, making them 26 years in the sit down inside there. So who again for me to talk about? I can't talk about Edison. I can't talk about freedom parties. Them, and they're looking for 5 more years. Boy, they're easy.
They didn't ask for 5, but they asked for 20 more.
And the
Well,
possibility of them,
why-
and the possibility of them getting the 5 more years is very strong.
Yeah, you know.
The possibility of them getting the 5 more years is very strong. Because at the end of the day, the people who wants to be elected for leadership not proven themselves to be leaders. That is it. You know. Dominica needs leadership from top to bottom, from those in power to those who trying to get into power. What's that comment there?
Okay, just going.
Mm.
Yeah, Mr. did saying, hey Clint, I did not realize you were defending me today. Sorry.
Me don't know so.
Yeah.
Me don't know so, man, but it's okay. It's all right. No problem. I figure he was kind of hot-headed at the time, so you never really figure it out, you know, but it's all right. I understand.
What happened to
know.
you and Emma Clint?
No, she was talking some real vibes today, and some idiot say like coming and tell her come out, move there, like come out there. But I go under the person and I reply to the person, but he come up on the screen as me telling her, I was asking the person, they're stupid.
Yeah.
So it show up to her like asking her if she's stupid, but no, it wasn't that.
Yeah. She said she wanted to publicly apologize. She didn't mean that
Oh,
because
no,
I
no,
was
she
watching
was-
it live as well. Yeah,
You're going to do that. That's all right. I never feel no way about it. I just know that's what it was. So, you know, yeah. But basically, I don't know. I just finding, yeah, we can say America didn't do this, America didn't do that. I understand all of that. But in terms of governance, we still have to be mindful that America, for now, is El Supremo. And they command a lot of stuff around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't say we have to bob down ourselves to all of it, but we have to be just mindful that America is still standing.
And which is true. We have to be mindful. As we have to be mindful. But we have to also realize that we are a sovereign country. And
Yeah.
if we start acting like a sovereign country,
Put our money correctly, sell the passport and use the money good.
I sent you a link earlier today. You know, in there's a gold card being sold in America right now by President Trump, right? He said in the past couple of days he has accrued $1 billion in his gold card sales. Why can't Trump sell gold card and we can't sell our citizenship? Simple question. Why? Why? My
The
people.
problem, well, for me, I could give for me the problem. You know, I don't have a problem with CBI, Citizen by Investment program. You know, what I have is how the program is managed
Being
and
run. Good.
run, because that same CBI has been utilized and used by America as well. I think every country in the world has some
a
sort of
CBI
Citizen by
program.
Investment program. You understand me? And
Mhm.
yes, I must say that our CBI by Investment has not been managed properly, has not been executed properly, and it's not been really truly benefiting the people as it should, I should say. Because look, you have an airport coming in, the so CBI largely funded by CBI. When your major income stream is from a source that could be as volatile as CBI, because if you like the major mainlands that if they start to reject that, then this value drops. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
That is where the poor execution was. CBI should have been an extra boost. It should have always been an extra boost into our economy. So we should have had our main income streams already set up and structured. Even if you use CBI to start it, but you should not have to depend on CBI the way we've been
solely and
dependent on
solely.
CBI.
Yeah.
So right now, it's almost a sense of something becoming so frequent in your face and you're not seeing the rewards of it, you become tired and fed up of it as a people.
Mm-hmm.
Understand me? But the CBI in itself is not a bad thing. It's the way it's been run and utilized in terms of developing, because it's supposed to develop the country some way, shape, or form. Now, if we haven't CBI running for 20 years, let's say 10 years, let's just say 10 years, and it's only 1 year after the 11th year we've seen the benefits of it, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
Have a big comment there,
A comment came in there, so
Let me see what it's saying. So Miss Emma is saying that the issue is not about him selling a gold card. The real issue is that while what he has done may not be good, our own citizen by investment program has also not been properly managed. Yes, that is so true. So we cannot condemn one wrongdoing while ignoring another. We cannot justify one problem by pointing to someone else's problem. We must simply acknowledge that our system is flawed, which it is, accept responsibility and address it honestly without comparison or deflection. And that is so true. That is so true. Thanks for the input. Thanks for the input.
Hi, Miss
That is
Emma,
it.
how you doing?
That is it, you know. So that is the problem there. So and then that having people frustrated. I believe that if 10 billion, right? 10 billion is the number, 10 billion has been raised through the sales of CBI, and you're only telling me a couple buildings here, a couple buildings here. You haven't put in nothing, you haven't used that CBI to invest or to solidify no kind of a solid income stream for the
Real
country.
income
You
generator.
understand me? Look at our main resource in Dominica it's obviously agriculture. How can you don't look down on agriculture in today's day when everybody needs to eat? Understand me?
Mm-hmm.
There are so many levels of agriculture we can develop and move into. Not only agriculture, I can agree to that, but we cannot neglect or we cannot negate our main resource. We have in abundance and we have a land that we even touch yet. And you're telling me you're going to look elsewhere for as our main resource. Everything else is supposed to support it, complement it.
Okay then. Hotels are supposed to complement it because you need people in the hotels need food to eat.
You understand me?
You get
but
me?
Then we just not doing it properly. We does not management has been poor from 25 years, 26 years, whatever the years may be, and then we can continue. So simple.
And that is where I called and said we need a forensic accountant to come and forensically account our accounts, our money, and we need our leaders to be held accountable for the lack of transparency and the lack of accountability. Trash, prison trash.
Another long. Is it or she just but you can have some comments coming there. So you say, Richie, can you imagine the Pope saying that it's okay to have your own Dominica Catholic Church? Another comment again from Miss Emma, as getting to this is it's not that we were opposed to the CBI program. The problem was how it was used. Imagine, for example, if CBI had been implemented in places like Marigot, Westland, Northfordale with really community benefit in mind. Suppose 50 new citizens receive passports, but were also required to live here for at least 1 year or 5 years. I just say minimum should be 5 years. Now imagine paying each one of them with a young man from the community through mentorship, business partnership, skills training, and job creation. And it just goes on. But they didn't have, I can tell you the truth, when they did CBI and they see the amount of money that they could make in CBI, they did not have development in mind or the people developing the country in mind. They had utilizing that funds for something else.
They had pocket development in mind. They had how much house I can build, how much things I can get to maintain myself in mind. That's the only thing that was in mind.
You understand me? So yeah, that's a real situation in Dominica, and the people has just been like I said, I don't know what to say now, boy. The people's spirit has been dilapidated by that kind of a leadership, downgraded. Understand me? So then when the nation is like that, they're not seeing past, literally they're not seeing past, I can tell you the majority not seeing past that level of exploitation. They're not seeing they can get better, and they're checking but they don't want it to get worse. So they're in fear. Understand me? So they're just in fear. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So now what? We had a really good discussion tonight there.
Of course, you always do.
I loved it tonight here. I loved it.
Really
just wanted us give up our sympathies to the person who lost a loved one or a friend over the weekend. Or the person in Marigot. You send our condolences from Carlos Media to you guys. It's a tough situation. We pray that you guys are strong to go through it. That's what it is.
And to all those in Dominica who have lost a loved one, My condolences to you all. Stay strong and let's hold our leaders and them accountable because we are losing our young people due to lack of accountability, lack of proper leadership in the right places. We have leaders that do not care about Dominica but care about themselves on all sides of the spectrum because I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Somebody's coming there. Why is that coming there?
Jason say I go die because Dominican look down on it. And it's the narrative too, you know. I can tell you that, you know, Jason. There's a narrative too. I know it's agriculture, I mean. Agriculture died because Dominican look down on it. But it's not, I mean, it had a massive part to play in it, obviously, because after going to school, you start looking at agriculture, going to gardening as something as a field person would do. When that narrative was wrong, the teacher would tell you, you go and work in fig. You know, somebody necessarily not that academically inclined, maybe take them a little bit more, or they maybe have some learning disability or so. They would tell them, you go and carry fig. That causes the generation to look down on agriculture.
To look down on agriculture, yeah.
Biggest mistake and misconception they could have ever had. Because if agriculture die, what we gonna eat? We go eat dirty. Yeah, but we import it now. So what we fail to do now, we fail to plant. When we fail to plant food for us to eat now, and our soil is so healthy and rich, we have to import nonsense. We have to import lab-grown thing.
But look, watch that. We importing water in Dominica. We importing plantain chips in Dominica.
And how much of the plantain chips?
What's
How much of the
more than
plantain
the
chips?
You know, I want to say something before we leave.
Go ahead.
In
Maybe.
1999, there was an American company by the name of Zenicat that was introduced to Dominica. And they were the ones that brought in things like Regent. Now we have what they call Regency. But they were the producers of Regent. They had granulars. They started with granulars and stuff like that. But I remember they came by Flamingo to meet the farmers and to have a conversation. And I remember asking them a critical question, you know. And a lot of people grumbled because I asked a question. The question was a simple question. The question was to the white people then, how are we to be comfortable with your products? And he asked me why. So I said to him, the fact that there's a trade war going on now between the Windward Islands and the United States, how are we so sure that the chemical you're introducing to us is not one to kill our soil? And do you know, the only farmer that backed me up at the time was Mr. Terry. Because a whole lot of people was making noise as to why asking that kind of question there. And he was like, he didn't really understand them. Let the young man ask the question and he make it. Oh, you know, up to now they never answer the question.
Yeah.
Up to now, the representative for the company, there are around 3 of them. They never answer the question, you know. No, I said all that to say. I listened to what you guys were saying a while ago. And yes, it's true. Our school system, or even our parents, put us against agriculture. But the people that in leadership, whether it's under Edison or Labour Party, they help to modify it, you know. They help to make young people resentful against agriculture. While they really wasn't offering something else. Or they wasn't allowing young people to evolve. So then you find young people in Guadeloupe move away a long time. But they create more millionaires in agriculture than Dominica. And to the point now where agronomy in Martinique is a big thing because Dominica now need banana plants and they would have to go there, you know, to get the disease-resistant plant and all those kind of things. Whereas Dominican, young people in Dominica that go to school, and study agriculture to the tertiary level and even further on, they could come back now in Dominica and make that contribution to the state. But like Richie said, our leaders again is the problem. What were they successful at doing? Instead of making Dominica a productive country or a productive economy, they made us a consumer economy. So now we here quickly importing things that are good for our body. Tomato, cabbage, lettuce. Look the other day, I see fixed out, purple fixed out on pigtail. Now, would I put that in my system? No, I'll never buy it. You understand? You feeling me? No, I don't want it to make it to the color there, but I would think to myself, the dye alone may have a problem for my system.
Is that problem?
Why must I buy it? You know what I'm saying? So if, let me say, Richie brother was trained in corning meat, Richie was trained in rearing animals, Fido was trained in, let me say, the medicals for animals. You see, you see how far we're going there? So Richie minding the animal, Fido taking care of it, Fido come with a set of people he trained to work with him on a salary. Richie provide employment for other people. And Richie brother that dealing with meat preservation, he provide employment for another set of people. You see our tax base? You see how much money the state will be making?
Yeah.
But for some reason, some people don't think that way. Then. I don't know if my brain set up differently, maybe yes, but I think in that way. Then. That's why we leave Dominica and we go to Antigua and we broaden the tax base. We have more what we call disposable income in Antigua, in St. Lucia. Watch Dominica for the Christmas. I mean, you walk towards it, but it's that. Am I bringing down my village? No. It's the reality of the situation. And then you have young children holding up people for their money. That is the byproduct of what we're creating for our generation to come. What else can I say? I just hope Dominicans get sensible, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, I can wrap up my point and then I guess Richie wrap up his point. What I basically say is that for 26 years, this government has been selling us a brand of sustainability, sustainable Dominica, sustainable this and sustainable that. But what does sustainable mean? Sustainable mean longevity and lasting on its own. So then I can just tell you straight, for 26 years they failed us, and even more. The people have been failed. Because when we have a sustainable system in place, all those checks and balances you have there, right there, you saying that they should happen. How we know they're gonna kill our soil, chemicals are gonna kill our soil for agriculture, one of our most, available resource. That is what damaged Dominica over time. We never had nothing so really sustainable. Although everything has been brand sustainable, we never had nothing sustainable. Not the CBI, no nothing. So people really and truly, you have to watch it, watch it good and close. What really going on, for 26 years now? What really going on? That's it,
What really going on, my people, is a lack of proper leadership, a lack of accountability of the people of Dominica to hold our leaders accountable. Let's wake up and let's hold our leaders accountable so that we as Dominicans, RJ, so we as Dominicans can thrive and become a prosperous and peaceful nation. That is my candor for tonight.
If you want to wrap up, Clint, wrap up.
For me, I want to give opportunity. Richie?
No, I say I don't talk. I don't have what to say.
Oh, no, for me, on Caro Media, I take the opportunity to wish all Dominicans, whether in Dominica or abroad, I wish them all the best for the season. And also for 2026, I wish them all the best. I wish all the good strength, health, strength, courage, patience, everything, to face the upcoming year. And I just hope all Dominicans can see through the mask. It's not a matter if you hate a person. No, we don't hate nobody. I don't want to hate nobody. The Bible tells me so. But the Bible also tells me indirectly I can be upset with things people do or continue to be doing. So I just hope that Dominicans can see through the mask and think a little different. I don't tell you to go and vex with people and those kind of thing there, but think a little different. Think of our children. What's already happening around us, and see where we can go from there. You take them out from there, you put another set, and if you find a set worse than them, maybe put them back. But when you put them back, they know you can take them out again.
You can take them out, yeah.
So they can function differently. I also put another dialogue there with our politicians. That's one of the reasons why I decided to stay independent. Because I just believe an independent candidate can do a little different in terms of bargaining on behalf of the people. Yes, some people might take me to task for it, but if you have an independent ticket, something different might happen. You never know, it might be a first-time situation, watch it like that. But generally speaking, I just really wish we as leaders can be different. We can see people different, we can deal with people differently. And we don't got to do things so people to fall in love with us just now. And by the end of the day, we still the same way. You understand? We want to look better, look bigger. Look at the generation that come, because go in there, bro. Go with a couple years from now, we're going to be around here. But what are we leaving for the rest that coming? That always my big question. What are we leaving for the rest of the people, the young people that coming? Yeah. Somebody tell me to stay. Somebody tell me to stay independent. Yes, I believe in that. It's a new thing. It's a new thing.
Before that comment they come in, I see somebody say about home training. Who is that?
Yeah, that person is somebody. I know that person. That person is somebody that commented on that when I make the video for the asphalt plant. One of the persons that commented negatively on the video I made, and they were saying how we young people are lazy and could open up a business. No, I could have gone into directly addressing that person where businesses is concerned and Dominic and the economy we have. But I chose to reiterate the current situation of going in Wesley. But it seemed like as if this person is on a mission to probably nullify what we're doing. So that's how stupid.
And they made another comment below it after that?
Yeah, they make another comment below some right there. So that person
Randy,
just said
stop
to us,
abusing young boys. That's why the country is in the
way it is. A person, you understand me? So Randy's the Prime Minister, okay.
But no,
to you,
Randy's not even on this live.
I don't know where that come out from. You understand me?
And for me to tell Randy, a big man, to stop abusing young boys.
Allegedly,
I don't know if he is or not.
I not know.
that kind of thing.
No, I want to answer this person because you can't come on that people live and tell Randy what. We have a system in Dominica where we abuse children.
They're not looking
young boys beat young girls. So what are you talking about? Tell Randy. Why is the finger pointing about?
But is the other issue having people like that? Because look at a couple years ago, Wesley had one of the most highest rates for child abuse and sexual abuse among children. They're not talking about those things. They're not talking about those issues that we need to change and radicalize. They're coming just to offset their life. They come just to offset their life. You understand me?
Well, the life is always educational, when I watch it.
No, but
some people that can stand the rhythm, so they can try to bring our attention. But
I have one filter there for a reason, I have one filter there for a reason,
Because trust me, I don't like to play game, and I want to shoot straight when it comes to shooting straight. We have a lot of corruption, a lot of foolishness going on in our country that we need to fix.
And
If you want to address somebody, go in their inbox and address them on a personal note. Don't come here and try to address nobody.
I'm gonna even delete this comment. This comment.
And don't hide behind a Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
Don't hide behind a Facebook. Put yourself out there.
And talk straight, no man. Or if you to talk straight. Talk straight.
You know?
We try to develop our country, at least open up people in the eyes of our people so we can make wise decisions and better decisions for our country. You're talking nonsense people ahead.
Yeah, man. But my fellas, and to the people who came onto the live tonight,
And what's
we appreciate your comments. We appreciate your listening ear. Because what's up? I want to hear what that person has say. I set up.
Is it? No, he was saying, so why you don't go on there on the live and tell him that? Why distract a live that he's not on Stoops? Exactly, same thing we're saying.
It's the same thing. Randy not on the live, but you coming at about still Randy thing. you ever see this man in any activity?
So why we block them? Block that person. They block and we delete them comments because that's making no sense. That's making no kind of sense.
Boy,
I'm making no kind of sense. That person was for positivity. Then they don't have, I know they comment that are bringing such a form like this. You understand me? But anyways, we have to expect anything, you know, because like that will show us we're doing something good.
Yes.
That will show us we're doing something good.
Yes.
You understand me?
Thank you for sharing the live too, whoever you may be. Because I know you share to 10 of your people and them.
Amen. But
fellas,
wrapping up.
Peace and thank you. Clint, stay in the background. And we done.
Well, this is Cardos Media, and yeah, don't blame the messenger. Yeah.